What's up, everybody? How are you all doing today? General here, and we're for another episode, guys, of how to make ourselves a Magenta harness. Well, what do we do, guys? Well, first of all, I'm going to explain a bit more about harnesses, right? So a harness is something that you use on a gas link. Some people call it gas. And basically, gaslink doesn't do much. But what you can do, of course, is you can ride it, and that is pretty cool. So what you're going to be needing to do is, of course, guys, going to what you call a salt sand valley. You're going to be needing to locate a dry gas, which you find near dry bones. Once you do that, of course, guys, you of course bring it back and submerge it into cold water or any water, a body of water, and of course it's going to become a happy gas. And you're going to have to continue feeding it snow, by the way. So that's just a little bit about it. It's a video about a harness, so I won't talk too much about the gas. But in order to be able to ride it, you're going to be needing a harness, and to remove that harness is using a shears, which you use on sheep, and I'll be showing you in this video. So we start by stepping outside of our mansion here, and we're going to be needing wood. So before us we see lots of trees. Once you've acquired your wood, you come back to your mansion, and now what you're going to be needing to do is, using the wood that you've acquired, I'll use cherry log in this example, and that gives you planks. Any wood and any planks is totally fine, as long as it's done like this, 2x2 using planks, and it's going to give you a crafting table. Now, into the crafting table, what we are going to be doing, of course, Magenta is a mixture of, besides, first of all, we're going to do the dye. So besides using a lilac, which is probably the easiest way to make magenta dye, right here, a lilac flower, it's you can also make it mixing pink and, where's the color? Purple together. So how do you make pink? Pink comes from three things. It comes from mixing red and white together. Red comes from your poppy flower, your rose bush, and also your beetroot food. That's what gives you red. So mixing pink and white together, white comes from your bone meal, and bone meal comes from your bone, and that gives you what's white dye here. So mixing those two together, mixing red and white, will give you magenta. Sorry, will give you pink. Now that you know how to make pink, that's one way to make pink. Another way is using your peony flowers over here, and then also using your pink tulip. So those are three ways to acquire your pink. Now, of course, guys, going back to the magenta, besides using the lilac flower, you then mix that with purple dye. How do you make purple? Purple is a mixture of blue. Blue comes from your lapis lazuli, and it also comes from your cornflower. They both give you blue dye. You mix the blue with you mix the purple with, where is it? You mix the purple with the red, the blue with the red, and you get yourself purple. Now, what you're going to be doing is mixing the purple with the pink, like this, and that's going to give you magenta too, like that. That's another way you can make it. So I'm just showing you the different ways it can be made. And basically that's how you make your magenta. Those are the different ways. Now we get straight into our next part, which is how we make the wool. So basically, one way to make wool is using 4 strings in a 2x2 grid like this. And basically your wool comes from the strings. So spiders appear during the night. When you kill them, you're able to get strings and you make your wool with them. The second way is using a furnace, and I'll be showing you how to do it. You're going to be needing cobblestone. Cobblestone comes from what's called stone. So you break through mined stone and you get yourself cobblestone. Now in your furnace here, you're going to be needing what's called coal. That comes from your coal ore. And you're going to be needing to put sand on the top, because you're going to be needing glass to make your furnace. And I've already got my glass here, so there's no sand left. So the sand will show up here. Second, you're also going to be needing iron ore to get iron ingots, which is what we spoke about earlier, which is this, to be able to make your shears. Now that we've made those two, we come back into our crafting table, and now we're going to first make the shears, like so. And shears, guys, the second way to also make the wool, by the way, besides the strings, is you're going to be using the shears on sheep, and you acquired the wool. Now what we're going to be doing, of course, guys, is we're going to be using 2 glass here. So one here, one there. And you're going to be placing your magenta right in the middle, right there. And then you're going to be needing, finally, your leather. Leather comes from cows. So you go out there, find cows, and of course you're able to acquire your leather. Now, having it in a crafting table like this, ladies and gentlemen, we get ourselves a magenta harness. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me in this episode of how to make a magenta harness. If you like what you see, please like, comment, and of course, most important, subscribe. to, first of all, guys, get notified when I post and stream more content like this. But second, because it gives me the strength and motivation I need, of course, to continue making more content like this. Have a nice one, everybody. Ciao.